Chapter 9 also discussed the methods of testing differences in means or proportions between two samples or groups. So we will use SPSS to produce a test of mean differences. SPSS will use two-sample t-test. For example, we will continue to use 2010 GSS data. We try to test the non-hypothesis that men and women worked the same number of hours each week. We will use the same variable name, HRS1, but we want to compare within the groups. The variable's name is sex. To do that, we will use analyzed method to conduct this testing. So first, move your mouse, go to Analyze, choose Compare Means. We choose Independent Samples t-test. Right-click, Show Display Variable Name. Found the variable name HRS1. Highlight, bring over to Test Variables. Now we found a group variable, which is sex. Bring over to Grouping Variable. Notice in the grouping variables, sex has two question marks. So we don't know which one is women, which one is for men. So we have to click Define Groups to define this variable. Click this button. Group 1 will be male. Group 2 will be female. Then we click Continue. Notice the question mark changed to 1 and 2, so we know 1 is for male, 2 is for female. Then we click OK. In this SPSS output file, we can see the results of this t-test. It gives us more detailed information. 390 male answer the questions, 448 female answer the questions. This is the mean for male, this is the mean for the female. This is the standard deviation for male, this is standard deviation for the female. This is the standard error. So the differences between men and women is 6.92 hours. So the mean 44.32 minus 37.4 equals 6.92 hours. It is clearly we can see males worked 6.92 hours more per week than female. Next, let's review the Levene test for equality of variances. Notice the significance is 0.041, which is less than 0.05 at alpha value. The F value is 4.2. So we can reject the non-hypothesis of equal variances. The T obtained test is 6.6773, which is equal variances not assumed. Okay, with the probability of 0.000 smaller than 0.05 or 0.01. So we can reject the non-hypothesis of no differences and conclude that men worked significantly more hours per week than women. The differences of 6.92 hours is significant at 0.000 level. If we want to do a one-tail test, SPSS does not tell us the probability for one-tail test. but it's easy to calculate. If we look at the research hypothesis that men work more hours than women, we could simply take the probability into a half for one-tail test. Because the probability is so large in this case, our conclusion will be the same whether we do one-tail or two-tail tests. With 95% confidence interval of the differences, this is tell us the range for the men and the women. It is helpful information to testing the mean differences, but actually the mean differences is 6.92 hours is the sample mean, but it will vary from sample to sample. So this 95% confidence interval, which only gives us the range over which the sample mean differences is likely to vary. So this is the procedures of how to producing a test of mean differences between two samples and groups.